In the word international, everybody thinks, well, I have to study another language. So the curriculum teaches you to study another language. And when I was at my former company, I wanted my team members, in Korea in particular, to be more internationally recognized by my colleagues because they were the best. I knew they were the best, but nobody else did. So I taught everybody English. But the issue is, everybody's English improved. But when some of the employees went and worked at corporate, what I realized, it was the mindset. We hadn't taught mindset. So that was my biggest regret. Now, to me, how you become global leaders and global citizens of the world is you have to care about the different cultures, and you have to have a curiosity to what that cultural experience could be. And the thing is, a lot of experiences, it doesn't come from a textbook. I learn more in my travels by engaging with local people. I learn more sometimes playing with little kids in that culture. I learn more through the food, through the nuances of spending time in different places of the world. When I was living in America, I knew I wanted to come and live in Korea. What did I do? I read everything. I read everything that anything had everything to say about Korea. And you read and you read and you read. And then when your opportunity finally comes, let's say one of you wants to go and live abroad in Australia. So you would naturally study English. But then if you study and travel there, experience the culture, and then the day comes when you need to go and experience the work, you would have had a different element of connecting with that culture. And I think that is so, so powerful. Because you know why? Just learning a language means you can converse. It's not really connecting you. It's somewhat disgenuine, and it's not authentic. The other thing is, and this is just something I'm sharing from my experience that I regret. When I left the US, I came to Korea and loved my experience. My next promotion took me to Italy. The first city that I was sent to was Florence. I took a flight from Korea, went, connected in Paris, landed in Florence. On the outskirts, the taxi took me, and from the airport to the center of the city, Florence looks like a very old city, very non-modern. I didn't appreciate anything. And I said, what kind of rundown city is this, to my boss the next day? To humble me, what he did is he said, come. He didn't say anything. He said, come. He took me around the corner, we walked around, and then he started talking about the history. We ended up at the Duomo. There, I was left speechless. From that moment on, I was no longer going to say, well, in Korea or in America, life was like this. It's so much better. You need to appreciate each and every culture. In everything you do, a challenge. Don't stay status quo. Please do what we're trying to do at All Saints. Let's challenge the norm. And the key is, when you're deciding what career you'd like to take for the future. Now, if somebody had told me about design thinking when I was age 23, I think I could have done more. I didn't learn about design thinking until I was 35, and I'm still learning. But we're trying to practice and embed the principles of it each and every day. Now, when it comes time to pick your career, it's a funny thing because the way I think you should approach it is the following. When it came time to pick a career for me, I chose the safe route. Instead of picking the industry that was on the uptick, it goes back to you want to pick an industry as if you were investing $1 million of your own money. So if you're investing $1 million of your own money, would you choose to invest in a traditional pharmaceutical company or a biotech firm? If it comes time to pick your career, what are you going to do? Are you going to pick the traditional choice, or are you going to take a little risk and choose the industry or the sub-industry that's got positive momentum? Now, the key thing is design thinking, positivity will change this world. It is an amazing world. Korea is an amazing country. But we need to produce more global leaders.
So ladies and gentlemen, at TED we talk a lot about leadership and how to make a movement. So let's watch a movement happen, start to finish, in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons from it. First, of course you know, a leader needs the guts to stand out and be ridiculed. But what he's doing is so easy to follow. So here's his first follower with a crucial role. He's going to show everyone else how to follow. Now notice that the leader embraces him as an equal. So now it's not about the leader anymore, it's about them, plural. Now there he is calling to his friends. Now if you notice that the first follower is actually an underestimated form of leadership in itself. It takes guts to stand out like that. The first follower is what transforms a lone nut into a leader. And here comes a second follower. Now it's not a lone nut, it's not two nuts, 3 is a crowd, and the crowd is news. So a movement must be public. It's important to show not just the leader, but the followers, because you find that new followers emulate the followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, and immediately after, 3 more people. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point. Now we've got a movement. So, notice that as more people join in, it's less risky. So those that were sitting on the fence before now have no reason not to. They won't stand out, they won't be ridiculed, but they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. So, over the next minute, you'll see all of those that prefer to stick with the crowd, because eventually they would be ridiculed for not joining in. And that's how you make a movement. But let's recap some lessons from this. So first, if you are the type, like the shirtless dancing guy, that is standing alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals. So it's clearly about the movement, not you. Okay, but we might have missed the real lesson here. The biggest lesson, if you noticed, did you catch it? Is that leadership is over-glorified. That yes, it was the shirtless guy was first, and he'll get all the credit, but it was really the first follower that transformed the lone nut into a leader. So as we're told that we should all be leaders, that would be really ineffective. If you really care about starting a movement, have the courage to follow and show others how to follow. And when you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first one to stand up and join in. And what a perfect place to do that at TED. Thanks.
So, in conclusion, I am that leader presenting design thinking. I am that leader challenging all of you. I need followers. And as the video said, it takes greater courage to be a follower than a leader. Thank you very much.